Hello fellow travelers, my name's SG and welcome to the channel. I know I'm a little off schedule today, but I saw an independent animation yesterday that really caught my attention. And I just had to talk about it today because I was impressed by the animation, voice acting, and the overall tone of this series. So, for now, let's get started, shall we, with Ramshackle. Ramshackle was created by Z Chen, sorry if I butcher your name, and is on the ZZ YouTube channel. You can watch it now. As a matter of fact, before I continue on, I fully encourage that because it is a project that is worth looking at. Now, I love animation. I'm not one to hide that. You can see on my YouTube channel, I love animation and everything about it. So when I see an independent that I actually do enjoy, I want to make note of it because I think there's something to it. I think this definitely has the makings of a great series either on YouTube or on an actual TV channel. So, for right now, let's just talk about the story and we'll divulge more into the characters later on. The story in this pretty much gets the basis of what this world has in store for us. This is Ramshackle, a small town that seems to be divided amongst two different peoples, the rich and the poor. Now we follow Stone, Skip, and Vinny, who are basically, in the description, street rats. They call themselves scraps because that's pretty much how they feel they are. And in this, they are struggling to survive just on beans. Beans being the most valuable item even to the rich in this world. And while rummaging through the trash looking for their missing beans, they find a baby who they call Maggot, because he kind of squirms around like one. And with that in mind, that starts this whole story of where they try to earn a little money, accept Maggot as one of their own, with Stone being the more reluctant because he even figures that we can't raise a baby if we're just kids ourselves, but even them not really trusting anybody, not even the orphanage or people that are supposed to take care of them, and end up accepting the baby into their overall group. I would go on, but well, I should go on because, like I said, you should have watched the full-on video. So, let's continue on with what the story is, yeah? So from that point, they find that they can actually audition this baby into a beauty pageant of some sorts, where if he wins, they win a total grand prize of $10. Insanity ensues, and at the end of the day, this was all just a test to judge if this humanity was worth it, by a god that Maggot turned out to be. And now I do appreciate the little nods to hyper-realistic angels in this situation, but that's pretty much where I'm going to leave it for now. I pretty much spoiled the ending, but I do think that this is something that you need to watch to fully grasp, to fully digest, Overall, the story's good. The pilot story does set up what is going to happen later on in the future, and kind of does give hints at characters that will be making appearances later on and may have an overall impact on the story for our three characters. I do enjoy that they are going towards more of a silly direction rather than a serious, dramatic direction, but that could very much change as we watch on. But for now, I like it. This is definitely familiar to me. For some of us who've watched Cartoon Network like in the early 2000s or late 90s era, and I could definitely feel the representation in this of that, So I am looking forward to more storyline coming along the way. This is a great start. Alright, for now, let's talk about our three main characters. Vinny is definitely the leader of this group, you can tell. She's the one that's always pushing the other two to do certain tasks or trying to get them to achieve a certain goal. She is a tomboyish character who is street tough and slightly streetwise. She lets her fists talk more for her than her actual mind, but you can tell that she is the one to jump to a fight, but also the one to finish a fight. She is a very encouraging character in the series. Next we have Skip. He seems to be the cheerful one of the group. He's also the musician. You can tell because he carries around a small violin, but we don't really see a string. But he's not against to use that violin as a weapon if he has to. You can tell he's more of a runner, tries to avoid conflict if he can, but he's always there to help defend his friends and help to subside a crowd, if you will. I can tell that he is definitely someone that may have a darker past to him. And finally, for our last subject of this, is Stone. You can tell that he has actually given more backstory, that he may have been abandoned at one point, and that he is with them because he appreciates that they were there for him. He has a slight tendency for alcohol and or explosive, and by slight I mean a very big tendency for it, because that's his weapon of choice in both cases. But you can tell that he is there to be the brains of the group in a way, to think commonly, and to kind of give advice, but for the most part he loves and respects the scraps that he is with. The animation to this was very well done. I have to say that it's very amazing that this is an independent project. If I didn't think so, I would think that a full studio did it. It's not the longest series or episode I've seen when it comes to a pilot, but it does pack it full of charm, full of character. I can say that this definitely has the makings of something bigger, or at least something long running. I do like the character styles, I do like the art styles. It's very familiar, but at the same time it's trying to take its own unique route for it, relying on cartoonish aspects that no one else modernly really relies on. Like I said, I relate back to Cartoon Network for the obscurity of it all. But it works in this world, it works in the sense, and it makes you believe that it makes sense in this scenario. So for the most part, the animation, I have to say, is grade A. It's very well done, and I have real no complaints about it. I have to say that the voice acting cast for this series is very well done. I can believe them, they feel genuine, and they give life to the characters. We have Emily Jin as Vinny, Joshua Waters as Stone, Sky Ariels as Skip, and Z Chen as Baby Maggot, Bailey, and Caden. Now, the three main casts are the ones we have to listen to most of the time. So, the fact that you don't get bored with that just manages to make the characters pop more. Our three voice actors definitely give off their 100% on this, and you can tell that they actually gave emotion and want to be these characters. I have no complaints, and even the background characters and minor characters that come in and out, you can tell that there is some effort in that there are people that need to give this performance all they've got. So I can't wait to see more with these same actors later on down the line. I can see them as the characters, and I can feel them as the characters. The sound quality is very good. I will say that everything has a background noise to it. The music is good. It really fits with the mode they're going with. The only thing that I would say I have some issue with would be the ending fight scene. We don't really get a sound effects for punching or anything like that, and kind of just makes it look more visual. It doesn't really make you feel it, but that is just something that can be worked on later. That's nothing bad. I think it worked for now. So just sound quality, I think, would be just for background noises mostly would help, like 100% most of it. But where it comes to the characters, to the scenarios, and even to the slight music that we hear throughout, I would have to say that I have no complaints about that whatsoever. I think it all fits together, runs smoothly, and helps push the characters along as we get to meet them and kind of get the vibe for who they are. The setting is interesting because it gives this old-timey feel. You kind of feel that it's almost like mid-century London or 1800s America kind of style. I can't really pin it down, and I don't think I really should, because to keep it tossed up like that makes it a little more interesting. It does give the show a character, an image, a lot like Flapjack in that scenario, only less complicated, less cartoonish. So I do enjoy the setting they're going for and what we're trying to see throughout this series. All in all, Ramshackle is definitely one of those series that you have to see, because it's fun, it's dark, it has its moments, the voice acting's good, the animation's amazing, the sounding is fine. For the most part, I have to say that this is a 10 out of 10 series. I will be continuing to watch it and see it grow. I hope to see more episodes later on in the future and to see this become an actual thing on YouTube, or maybe even a series on TV. Who knows? The future is open to many possibilities in this for a project like this, because I can see the potential in it. I can see the opportunity for storylines just among our three main characters. The voice acting themselves have seemed to really put themselves into the characters. I can appreciate what they have. I can appreciate what they've done. This is something that needs to be out there, because I do think that this is a good thing for independents, that they learn from each other, they're able to grow from each other, and that this is just one of those things that show that time and patience can make something really amazing. Because from what I can see, that they've been working on this project for a very long time, and it shows. And I can appreciate that they kept to it, kept to their story, and kept to the characters. Their characters may have changed over a little bit of time. I myself haven't seen a lot of their videos. I just wanted to focus on the short, but I could tell that there was a lot of effort, a lot of love and attention put into this series, and I hope to see it continue later on in the future. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do enjoy my independence, as you may know. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below if you enjoyed this review. Or if you enjoyed the regular animation, please go subscribe to the original video source. I do say you should do that if you can support them in any way you can. And I hope to see you guys next time. Have a good one.